What's up, guys? Joker review, back at it again with another Joker review. And I just am coming in today on September the 23rd to bring you guys my top 17 greatest, scariest Halloween movie list for you guys to watch this October, because October is coming next month. I was at my local Walmart. We are Walmart. And I saw that they already had their Halloween decorations out. I got a skeleton and a pumpkin, and I put them in my house, and I'm feeling the spooky season this year. Let's get right into it. Number 17, 1999's The Mummy, starring Brendan Fraser. Not to be confused with Fraser from the show Frasier. There are so many scary things about this movie, guys. One of the things that is scary about this movie is there's a scene where a man, he pries a bug out of the wall, and it comes out of the wall, and then it crawls into him and into his brain and eats his brain. And I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 scary, okay? Number 16, Little Monsters, 1989, starring Freddie Cabbage and his little brother Ben Cabbage, and Howie Mandel as the monster. This movie was scary because one thing is that there's a scene in the movie where they break into the bully's house.
Look at Ronnie Coleman.
And Howie Mandel pisses in the kid's apple juice, and the kid drinks the apple juice the next day.
Piss! Who put piss in my apple juice?
I have not been able to drink apple juice since I saw this movie. The other thing is that Howie Mandel is a full-grown man, and Cabbage is just a boy. And I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 scary. All right, guys, moving up the list at number 15 is the 2006 hit Monster House. Okay, Monster House is scary because the house is a monster. And I live in a house, and a lot of other people live in houses. And if my house was a monster, I would be quite afraid. And I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 scary. Number 14 is the Disney Pixar hit from 2001, Monsters Incorporated. This movie is so frightening because every door in the movie is a portal to the monster dimension. And as I just said, I live in a house, and in that house there are many doors and closets and cupboards and doorways and front door and a back door and bathroom door and a patio door and a refrigerator door. So many doors that a monster could come out of at any time, guys. And I'm going to give this one from 2001 a 10 out of 10 scary. Number 13 is the animated film Monsters vs. Aliens from 2009 with Seth Rogen. This movie is scary because it has both monsters and aliens. And I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 scary. All right. Number 12, Aliens in the Attic, guys. This one is scary because aliens are very frightening. They're always going to abduct you, and they always are up to no good. And imagine them in your scary attic that probably has like a bagul in there and some other ghosts, and they're in there, and you go up to get your train sets, and surprise, they're in your attic. And that is from the year 2000, and I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 scary, guys. You know it. You know it. All right, number 11, Mars Needs Moms from 2000. 2011. Guys, this one is scary because the same thing I said before, the aliens are scary, and now they're stealing, abducting your moms, and they're bringing them to Mars, and you never see your mom again. And that is number 11 on the list, and I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 scary. Number 10 on my list of scary movies is The Little Vampire from 2000, starring Jonathan Lipnicki, and he becomes friends with a vampire, which doesn't sound very scary, but I'm telling you guys, vampires are so scary, and it's scary because the kid vampire is a good vampire, but the rest of the vampires aren't really good vampires because they're vampires and they eat people. And for me, this movie's scary because my little brother, he used to always rent this movie from Blockbuster, and we would rent it every time we'd go to Blockbuster. We'd rent it, and the scariest thing is that we probably could have bought the film for like $100 cheaper than all the Blockbuster rentals we made, and being stolen from by corporations and having your money stolen it adds another layer of scary, is what I'm trying to say for my personal experience with this movie. And I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10 scary because the one vampire is a friend. So 7 out of 10 scary. Okay, I lost my place. Number 9 is Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire. The year 2000 hit Disney Channel original movie, starring, I think, one of the aunts from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which was not scary because there was a Salem the Talking Cat was in it, and he was funny.
How do you like my new litter box? Halloween!
This one's just scary because, again, with the aforementioned mother abduction, and now you got the vampire element. Instead of the aliens, it's vampires, and your mom, then she'll be alive forever, but she'll be a vampire. And I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 scary. Number 8 is the 1922 classical film Nosferatu. Look at this guy. Just look at this guy. That's all I need to say. 10 out of 10 scary, guys. Number 7 is Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge from 2001. Scary year for movies. This movie is scary because Halloween Town 1 was this big town filled with Halloween monsters, and they go on these fun romps, and it's a fun movie. The second one's scary because, one, everybody turns gray, which is scary because they're not the same as they used to be. And number 2 reason that this is one of the scary movies is because the town is now smaller. The set has been smaller and made smaller, and it's claustrophobic, and it scares the hell out of me, guys. And I apologize for cussing and saying hell, but this one gets probably a 9 out of 10 scary. Number 6, you know him, you love him, Eddie Murphy in the 2003 classical film, The Disney's Haunted Mansion, guys. This movie is scary for many reasons. One of them being that, first off, it's based off the ride in the Disneyland park. And if you've been on the Disneyland park ride in the Disneyland park, you know that's a scary ride, guys. And this one is scary because, the last time I watched it, I accidentally ate a cookie that was not just a cookie. It had something else in the cookie, and it made me feel very different and not safe. And I watched this movie, and I could not tell if Eddie Murphy was trying to be funny or serious, and I thought like I was eating my own tongue. Guys, this one's getting a 10 out of 10 scary. Yeah. Number 5 is not a movie, but it was like a 2-part television special on the Nickelodeon channel that I used to like to watch, and that one is the 1995 The Goosebumps Haunted Mask from 1995. This one was scary because, you know, everybody loves dressing up for Halloween, guys. We all love dressing up for Halloween, and this girl, Mary Beth or something is her name, and she puts on this mask, and it turns her into, like, the devil, and she has a scary voice.
Why don't you guess?
And I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10 scary because, it wasn't that scary. All right, guys, we're really towards the top of this list of my scariest Halloween movies of all time. And that coming in at number 4, guys, we got the 1987 classical film, Jaws 4, The Revenge. This movie is scary because sharks are scary, guys. You go in the ocean and they'll eat your leg, and then you won't have, you're like in the water. It's scary, and in this one, guys, the shark remembers the other 3 Jaws movies, and he's mad, and he wants revenge on a family.
Man's deepest fear has risen again. Jaws, the revenge. This time, it's personal.
And so he swims all the way across the ocean and just to find one family, and that is scary. And I'd say that is a 10 out of 10 scary, guys. Number 3 is the Avengers of scary movies, guys. And that is going to be the 2003 smash hit, Freddy versus Jason. And in this movie, you have Freddy from the Nightmare Before Christmas movies, and you have Jason from the Jason movies, and they're coming together in this movie, and they're fighting. And there's some teenage characters, and they're trying to not get killed by Freddy. And I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 scary. Coming up at number 2 on our list is a newer series like the Goosebumps television show, the HBO miniseries Chernobyl from 2019. Chernobyl is a haunting cautionary tale. It shows the extreme end results of years of lies and cutting corners. It is the pinnacle, the climax of the failings of the Russian government that culminated in the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear power plant disaster. It is one of the world's worst man-made catastrophes. It is absolutely harrowing to watch the people of Russia have to navigate the waters of this disaster when the propaganda machine is pumping out false information and lies to its citizens. And I mean, you are watching the smallest of the small to the biggest of the big have to deal with this situation, and the measures these people are made to experience during this time, and the lengths that they have to go to essentially clean up their own years of mess and muck. And I'm giving this one, it's not really a scary movie. Elements that are scary because you're watching a wife hold the hand of her husband who's essentially melting into a black goo of pus and human skin. But at the end of the day, it's not a scary movie like Freddy Krueger versus Jason. So I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10 scary. here we are, number 1 on the top 17 scariest Halloween movies to watch during October is the 2004 movie Polar Express, because it's kind of child abduction, and just look at this. Just look at this one. Just look at this. I don't like the way it looks. This movie always freaked me out as a kid. I couldn't look at their lifeless eyes. And I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10 scary. All right, guys, so that's my top 17 most scariest Halloween movies for October, and I will see you guys next time on Joker Reviews. Joker out.